You know how like you get that like intrusive. Well, I don't. I'm just projecting my own mental illness onto other people. I'm like, you know how you get that thing where like you have these intrusive thoughts and they just nothing you do gets rid of them. I've had the X-Men animated series theme song running in a loop in the back of my head since about 11 o'clock this morning.
Now I do. That's not gonna go
It
away.
won't go away. It's just
It won't.
just over and over, just over and over and over, and it's driving me mad.
See, this is dangerous because knowing us, we're just gonna all of a sudden in the middle of the podcast when there's a lull just go. Yeah, this is dangerous. We shouldn't have that in our heads, Chris.
I have absolutely no idea what's happening, and it's glorious. If anyone needed a perspective on the age gap.
Oh my god.
It's just our Zoomer co-host coming for us millennials.
I now feel so old. Hello and welcome to Star Wars Every Week Forever, the podcast in which we watch one Star Wars movie every week forever. This week, this Jedi is the last one, guys. Just the last one.
I wish.
I don't
wish
know.
this was the last one.
No, there's one more.
And I don't wish it was that movie, that one more. Even though at times this movie is so fucking long, I wish it was shorter.
I saw a comment on Reddit that stuck with me all week. I know we have intros and stuff, but I need to get it out because I was just reminded of it. I saw a guy bitching about Rise of Skywalker, and like he had this big long rant. It was on Reddit, of course, and it's just a big long rant. And at the end of it, he just ends it with, "Then they fucking end the movie with Rey just lying about her fucking name for some reason. Bullshit. Hate this movie." It's the most dumbed down way I've heard that described.
I mean, is it incorrect, though? I mean, don't get me wrong. Chosen names are important, but, like, that one doesn't work.
Right out here gaslighting this old desert lady.
The same old desert lady that almost got run over in Episode 4 of New Hope. You can't change my mind. Ben, how was your watch?
I woke up. I took a day off today, and I woke up and realized I had to watch Star Wars this morning. So I started watching Star Wars, and I saw it was 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
And I just got very sad. Chris, how was your watch?
I watched this movie later than I usually do on my days off. Usually I'm up at like 5:30 in the morning on Fridays when I'm off, and I'll watch whatever's new, like if when Invincible was out and Falcon Winter Soldier and all that. And then at 7 o'clock in the morning, had my coffee, I watch fucking Star Wars. And I go do other stuff, and the day is great before I have to record. Today, I did way too much other stuff in the morning, accidentally got super duper high, and then at about 11 o'clock, I had to watch Star Wars.
How do you accidentally get super duper?
I mean, it's not hard.
If I'm sitting at my desk and I'm writing something, and I'm just writing for like 2 hours straight, and I'm not noticing, I'm just grabbing like my fucking vape pen, and I'm just I don't even notice.
Have you watched on these Skype calls since we started video how he vapes? It's not that hard. Generally, it's not that hard to get way too high, way too fast. But specifically, how Chris vapes, it's not hard.
I don't do anything halfway, right? But yeah, that was how my watch went. Not great. That's not great and surprising. I was ambushed by it.
Okay, this is the fun part. Hi, you noticed everybody on the podcast calling me Jay up to this point. It is the new name. Please refer to me as Jay, and the pronouns are she, her. If we could stick to that, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hey, also to Anja Maxed Out, thank you for finding the Twitter. The 6 weeks in the future, I was so happy about the Porkins meme you sent us.
We've interacted dozens of times by this
Yeah.
point when the episode comes out. It's just...
Two sides. One, this watch fucking sucked because it's just so fucking long. And the first hour and 10 minutes is where all of the good stuff happens. And then past that, I'm done. I want to be so done. I'm fucking miserable. Towards the end, it comes back around.
I was gonna say the very end is kind of something.
I have to note this because anything that makes you genuinely emotional when you watch these movies as much as we can should probably be noted. I still get either teary-eyed or hold back tears every time Luke dies. That entire shot sequence is still very emotionally compelling. But otherwise, this movie is so fucking long. I hate it so much.
I get a bit misty-eyed there too, but I think that's just my body reacting to trauma. And it's like, oh, this is when you stopped liking Star Wars. Okay, that's right.
That
this was
specific moment.
Yeah, because look, and I think I've said it on earlier episodes. If Luke had died in this movie in a less terrible way, in a less just dumb fucking way,
I don't.
I think we've had this debate about this a
many
couple of times, and it's just my opinion has not changed. I do not like it. I don't like the, well, it's my time to die now. Like I was fucking making fun of this past rotation with Yoda to my wife when Yoda's just like, it's time for me to take the long sleep. It's like, it doesn't have to be. You're fucking you're crawling in the bed.
Here's the difference that makes this okay compared to that for me. At least there's a lore reason why. He put all of his effort into sending his projection there because he couldn't get there on time, and that effort killed him. I can accept that. Now, all of the things around the movie, and we've said this multiple times, all the things around the movie kind of go against that plot point, so I get that. But that doesn't upset me. It'll probably never upset me because I think it's very well done. But it's strange that despite the rest of the movie being so obsessed with dead heroes and if they're good and if they're bad, and they don't really seem to have a strong opinion either way, even though all of the plot points surround it, despite all of that confusion, that still gets me. And a lot of it is the cinematography of The Sunset, and a lot of it is Mark Hamill's amazing fucking acting. But that's where I'm at. It was a terrible watch, except when it was good for like a tiny bit.
The only thing that still gets me is the close your eyes and reach out.
That's very funny.
And he smacks her head. That's the only thing that gets the littlest bit of emotion out of me in this movie anymore. No, the fucking dice. Those dice make me so fucking angry.
That scene is so frustrating because it's the best use of nostalgia in these three movies. It's just, you know these characters, you can feel what's going to happen, you're just putting them in a room, letting them react to each other as if they haven't seen each other in years. Just let them naturally react to each other, play off of 3PO in the room, just give the audience that moment. That's nostalgia. That's good use of nostalgia, because all it is using your emotional attachment to characters for them to emotionally fulfill a moment. And then he hands her the fucking dice because Solo's coming out soon. Go see fucking Solo.
Yeah, because the dice didn't exist until now.
Yeah, the fucking dice.
Well, that's the funniest to me. The way you fucking phrase that is like, that's the best use of nostalgia in these movies, is when Luke produces the thing that didn't exist until.
I was gonna say I was gonna call you out so hard, but I let you finish your thought because I had a feeling you were going somewhere.
I get what you're saying, and you're 100% right about it's the best use of nostalgia, but it is funny in that context that then it also exists these fucking dice, where it's like, this means nothing.
I'm disappointed in myself.
Oh no.
By the way, I don't consider laughter to be a genuine emotional response in regards to these movies anymore, because most of the time it's not because they said something funny, it's because something's funny to us.
I don't consider anger to be a true emotion when it comes to the sequel trilogy anymore, so it's passive. I let it go.
I'm just passive aggressive towar's the sequel trilogy anymore.
Yeah. Rick, we need you, buddy. Come back.
Oh god.
Come back, Rick. I love you.
I will say I'm disappointed in myself because I I laughed at Kylo throwing Hux into a wall. I laughed at that this time. It was really funny to me for some reason. And it wasn't him getting thrown into the wall, it was the pilot of the ship not even reacting to him getting thrown into a
That's
wall.
pretty good. Yeah.
I do love
It's
that.
like, yes, sir. Like,
Well,
he's
yep,
not scared
okay.
or nothing. This has happened a million times in front of
Well,
him.
and listen, I mean, no matter how evil the person doing it is, it's always fun watching the fascist get thrown. You know, it's just
Even if it's another fascist throwing them.
you can't beat that rush.
I'm emotionally traumatized talking about Hux because we put a fan of ours put a fan fiction about Hux out there into the world in regards to something we said,
Friend
and
of
I'm
the show,
traumatized.
Zins.
Friend of the show, Zins.
Showzin's friend of the show, this fan fiction, which we're promoting on the podcast now.
I didn't name it. I should probably name it, but I'm not gonna because they know what they did, and they did it to. They know what they did. I love you, Zins. Please don't write any more fan fiction about the podcast.
Please do.
For the love of God.
Zins, you're my best friend on this planet, pretty much.
Everything
No more
in
fan
its
fiction.
everything in its place on archiveofourown.org.
No, go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay. This fucking
We're
movie.
harmonizing.
Something really bothered me about this movie, and it was just like things are needlessly overly dramatized. Like when they're doing the bombing run, it's like, oh no, there's one last bomber that has to take the ship out. Before the bombing run, when Poe's taking out the turrets, there's one last turret and Poe's it's like all of the most like extenuating circumstances.
You mean movie making?
No, but it's like it'd be different if that like oh, it just always happens to be the final chance for something to happen. And it just bothered me so much.
I don't have a problem with that because that's
No, I mean,
just
it's-
like
I agree it is just movie making, but it is very overt.
It's
in
like
this
ham-fisted,
case.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Revenge of the Sith.
I mean, look, just because it's a very Star Wars problem doesn't mean that it doesn't also happen here, all right?
I'm just saying our favorite movie of the entire franchise, as it's clearly proving to be, Revenge of the Sith, is exactly like that.
I don't know about that one.
It's very true. It is so overly dramatic at every turn.
No, but I'm more saying like the circumstances themselves of like, oh, we have to take out this dreadnought and there's one last ship remaining that can do it, or we have to clear the way to get to the dreadnought and we need one last turret to get taken out. It's always like to the nth degree, like, oh my god, the last thing to do the other thing. Oh no.
I actually wrote a note this time that I thought the Paige Tico death was really well done.
I did too.
Yeah, it definitely was.
I'm more just saying, like, it goes out of its way to make the circumstances as extenuating as possible.
That doesn't bother me because it was just trying to capture a tone. And that's one thing that you can't, like, criticize Last Jedi on. It has a tone that is totally controlled throughout the film. Occasionally it's broken up by a joke that seems inappropriate, but, like, the tone overall is very...
That was going to be my one critique of that comment.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not...
This movie is... I feel like this movie almost captures the tone that Rise of Skywalker was going for better.
Oh, yeah.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
Because this movie has that very, like, everything sucks, everything is hopeless feeling that Rise of Skywalker seems to really want, but just never really delivers on.
Yeah. And this movie is too long. It's a mess. I even made a note that I really, really, really wish Snoke had stuck around. Because you want to know something that's happening to me now? Andy Serkis, man. If there was a successor to Palpatine's overacting, it's Snoke's overacting. It's so perfectly captured in certain points that I adore it and I wish we had more of it, and then he fucking dies. Like,
I never realized that Andy Serkis was Snoke.
yeah. Am I wrong? Why are you laughing?
Is he? I don't know.
No,
if
he is. I'm laughing hysterically because you said the way you said that. I pictured like him being Andy Circus hyphen man. So you were like Andy Circus, and I heard Circus
I did
man.
hear Andy Serkis man as
I
well.
was like, Andy Circus man, what is that?
Save us, Andy Serkis, man. No, he.
God, now I'm just imagining goddamn fucking
Superhero circus.
no fucking Supreme Leader Gollum.
If you can watch the extra,
the weapon at its true enemy.
Andy Serkis showed up and said, "I don't know if this character's going to make it through this script, but I'm going to be Palpatine. I'm going to go over the top in everything I do and hope that the facial animations stay." And he did it, and it was great. And then he fucking died, and I was sad.
We just had a discussion recently on who we'd like to see replace other actors. It's been right in front of us the whole time. Andy Serkis can just play everyone.
I would pay so much money to see Andy Serkis Palpatine. Because I think he's the only one that could take that and be just as extreme in a different way. Like,
Counter argument. Tim Curry.
as Palpatine. Tim Curry
But
as
like a
Snoke.
live action
Tim Curry as Andy Serkis.
Jay, you are a goddess. That is a beautiful mental image.
Andy Serkis in that robe. Andy Serkis.
Tim
Tim
Curry,
Curry in that robe.
It's not
Tim
even
Curry
like
in that
CGI
robe.
Snoke. It is just Tim Curry.
Curry in the robe. It's just Tim Curry in the robe. Oh my god, that is beautiful.
Oh my god.
That fucking Hugh Hefner villain robe. Fuck yes. You gotta rewrite the movie though, not to make it better than it is, just to make sure that he says I'm going to the one place.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is clearly the natural conclusion of him saying he's going to the last place free of capitalism. But then, ironically, he ends up in the Star Wars universe, which is just a late-stage capitalistic nightmare.
It has to be the natural progression of his character from fucking, what was that, Code Red?
I don't know. I just know.
It was either Code Red or Command and Conquer.
Or
Red Alert. Red Alert.
Red Alert.
In his last cognitive moments, he looks out the window and he just sees an AT-AT and a Tesla floating through space.
Naruto has bodies don't
No!
decay, have they?
No! Stop!
This is vacuum sealed. Looks like a mummy. Just not running anymore, are you?
I ban the use of the name Naruto for the rest of the show.
So I have a promise to fulfill.
Oh no.
I promised, I believe it was 6 weeks ago, that our nitpicking was gonna come to this movie.
Yep.
So I need to talk about the Praetorian Guard fight scene.
Oh, hold on.
I'm
ready.
I
I'm
will
so
say
ready.
Hold on. Chris
ready.
says he takes a giant hit.
this is rightful, but also it's not as bad as that Attack of the Clones one.
It's very visually appealing.
Yeah, it's harder
If you're not thinking about it, it's great.
but it's the same thing with the other one. If you're not thinking about it, you still notice it in the Attack of the Clones ones, and that's all I want to say. But still,
No,
you
I
must
agree.
do this.
I have such a love-hate relationship with this fight scene.
Oh god, yeah.
It is so visually
Yes.
amazing when you're watching it, but when you start like really watching it, you're like, oh.
Well, that's the problem with either having way too much of an interest in like martial arts movies or like, any kind of action movie. It makes this scene feel like what it is. It's just mainstream Hollywood action.
Yeah,
So if you're used to watching good fights, like good technical fight scenes, if you pay even just a little bit too much attention to this fight scene, there's like wasted motion. There's people just like, oh, they're doing that. We have to wait. Okay, let's go.
they stop and then.
Yeah.
Most of that's in the first 30 seconds, though. As the fight goes on a little bit more, it gets a little more controlled.
Well, yeah, but then you have a fucking dagger disappear.
I don't know what happened to that dagger.
There's the part where the one guy who has the 2 daggers and he's fighting with Ray, and it gets to the point where he has her in a bind, and his one hand goes like down to his side and you can't see it, and it comes back up and there's no dagger in his hand, because if he had it, he'd be able to just stab her and win.
Yeah.
You know what happened to that dagger?
No.
That Praetorian guard. He was a dyad in the force.
I was gonna try and find a way to get
there was a moment, in that very moment, his other half was in desperate need of that dagger, because the time to collect on an old debt.
Wait. His
time.
the dyad has to be the kid who's on Canto Bite, who we never get any follow-up on.
The dyad is about to be assassinated for owing a debt. The person has come to collect, and so he reaches behind to get the credits, and it's dagger. And he's able to fend off his assailant, and Huygens lives another day.
I knew it.
Huygens got off of fucking Jakku just to fight Ray some more.
He's coming, and he's got that dagger.
Huygens is the primary villain of 10, 11, and 12 confirmed.
There's like straight up parts in this fight where they're like, someone's coming down with a polearm and they have to like purposefully swing a different direction because they're literally about to hit Adam Driver.
Yeah, I get the feeling he's just kind of like a human tornado on set, and you have to react to him rather than him reacting to you.
I could see him being that way.
I think Adam Driver took one stage combat class and then bought the textbook secondhand, read it in a night, and then was like, no, I think I'm good. I'm ready for this fight scene. I'm just going to wing it like a true artist. I'm a Jared Leto it.
Jared Leto?
I'm going to be the Jared Leto. I'm going to be the I'm going to be the Jared Leto of Star Wars action scenes.
I mean, to be fair, like Jared Leto, actually, I'd love to call him that from now on, because this fucking cult motherfucker deserves to have his name mispronounced. He did, like, the thing that we know for a fact is Adam Driver, like, isolated himself from the entirety of the cast because he felt like he had to be removed from the hero, so he didn't get to know them very well, and that's very method acting.
Oh my god, he fucking Jared Leto'd it.
I mean, he didn't send anybody in a condom, so he's not
well, that's good.
Jared Leto, but I might beat that out. That's so disgusting, but it's a thing he actually did.
Yeah. God damn.
Do you remember that time Jay came out on the podcast and then later said the word in a condom? Do you remember that? Weird.
There's just like drone footage 8 months from now. It's like over like an island, and it's just drone footage of like a bunch of dudes in robes with like fake lightsabers, and Jared Leto. It's like, yes, strike. Our second order will commence.
Our second order.
He's got like, he's going full Edward Norton. He's presenting scripts to Disney. He's like, I'll direct, I'll write, I'll be the villain and the hero. It'll be artistic. I'm gonna come in my Joker makeup.
I don't care if I don't look like Bane. Let me be Bane. Don't worry, I'll be very in character on set. I'll bludgeon somebody to death with a rock.
Get me Zack Snyder.
No.
Don't put any more Jesus in my Star Wars, please.
Show me that AO3.
I cannot wait for that fucking Star Wars trailer with Hallelujah over the top.
Chris is not giving you an out here, Jay.
I can't wait.
Oh, Show Me That AO3. Hi, this is the Show Me That AO3 segment that is brought to you by at SWAO3 tags.
It's brought to you by Get Me Out of This
Yeah,
Situation,
get
please.
me out of this bit. My get me out of this bit trump card. At SWAO3 tags on Twitter, who go through the wonderful, godly job of looking through all of the tags on the most popular fanfiction site on the internet, Archive of Our Own, and taking the most random of them and putting them up for everyone to see without context. Now, if you're new to the show and you haven't played this before, the way it works, I'm gonna recite 5 tags that have been presented to these two, and then 4 of them are real and 1 is false. So they have to guess, and you can guess at home too, which one was made up by me and therefore is fake. So, number 1. Way more philosophy and politics than you probably signed up for, but you can't tell a good story without establishing what's at stake. I'm looking at you, JJ.
Is that in the... I'm looking at you, JJ, in the...
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Number 2.
Fantastic.
In this house, we do not respect J.J. Abrams.
Oh my god. I'm starting to notice a trend here.
Why are you reading all the tags to my short story?
Number 3. I reject J.J. Abrams' reality and substitute it with my own.
I'm waiting for one of these to end with, like, a memoir.
So good. This is so good.
Number 4. J.J. Abrams fight me in a Denny's parking lot challenge. The way you spit up got me so bad.
This is Denny's in Wisconsin.
Number 5. I, like J.J. Abrams, don't know how to finish this story, but at least I admit it, J.J. Again, they are way more philosophy and politics than you probably signed up for, but you can't tell a good story without establishing what's at stake. I'm looking at you, JJ. Number 2. In this house, we do not respect J.J. Abrams. Number 3. I reject J.J. Abrams' reality and substitute it with my own. Number 4. J.J. Abrams fight me in a Denny's parking lot challenge. Number 5. I, like J.J. Abrams, don't know how to finish this story, but at least I admit it, JJ.
Okay, 4 is clearly bait.
Okay.
4, and also because of my long relationship with Jay, 1 feels like bait for me. Because 1 could easily have been written by Jay.
I love this game so much. This is my favorite
I
bit.
hate this. Oh, God.
This is my favorite bit.
I want to say 4,
Okay.
but that again, it feels like bait. I can't. Oh.
No, 4 is definitely bait. Denny's parking lot is too specific. They what was 2 and 3 again?
I'll run through them one more time.
Thank you.
1. Way more philosophy and politics than you probably signed up for, but you can't tell a good story without establishing what's at stake. I'm looking at you, JJ. Number 2. In this house, we do not respect J.J. Abrams. Number 3. I reject J.J. Abrams' reality and substitute it with my own. Number 4. J.J. Abrams fight me in a Denny's parking lot challenge. Number 5. I, like J.J. Abrams, don't know how to finish this story, but at least I admit it, JJ.
I've
We'll go
now
with
heard
3.
these. I've now heard these 3 times, and I am more convinced each time that you wrote all of these.
I'm going with 3.
Okay.
3 is pretty good, right? I don't.
I'm torn between 3 and 5.
Chris.
I'm gonna go with 5.
It's 5. I did in fact write.
Ah!
I, like J.J. Abrams,
Christopher,
don't
you
know how to...
bastard.
I did indeed write. I, like J.J. Abrams, don't know how to finish this story, but at least I admit it, J.J. There were more than all of these J.J. comments in the Archive of Our Own account. There was more than this.
Oh my God.
since the moment I started this, I wanted to do just a purely JJ one. No Ryan, no George Lucas, just a bunch of JJ Abrams ones.
We do it on the. You know what, Ryan? Ryan deserves a week off. Ryan, buddy, hey, look at me. We'll circle back. We'll hash it out, but you deserve a week off. All right.
I don't.
It's been a rough couple of them for you.
I will always be more mad at JJ than I am at Ryan. I just am. I can't control it. JJ, at the very least, was the one that said, "No, fuck your movie. I'm doing my own." Whereas I think what Ryan is guilty of is just negligence, which is less direct.
Yeah. And I mean, I can't stay mad at Ryan. He's putting Batista and Knives Out too. I mean, shit. I'm supposed to stay mad at Ryan Johnson.
I do really love Ryan Johnson's filmmaking. But that was Show Me That AO3. If you can, please do follow at SWAO3 tags. They are wonderful. It is a heavenly service that they provide, and we thank them sincerely for letting us do this.
It really does brighten my day when I'm scrolling through Twitter at work and one of those pops up.
I try to isolate you guys from them because I want as much ammo as I can have.
I see them and I forget them. They're funny, and I might remember one or two if you bring them up, but for the most part, you're safe. I think Ryan's been getting it pretty hard lately. We should definitely give him a break. I say we as if I'm not the man. Like, man, y'all, we need to tone it down. Just punching Ryan Johnson in the face, everyone surrounding, like, Chris, stop. No, guys, come on, we really need to lay off Chris. You're the only one punching him. He's already dead.
Stop it, he's already dead. I mean, that's most of the sequel trilogy in general. Holdo still pisses me off so much.
I know.
Holdo still pisses me off so much.
Like, I feel like the character should have been introduced in 7 if they wanted her to fulfill this role.
It's just the part that pisses me off is like the moral of that story is, hey, listen to authority figures.
Yeah.
By the way, we're not the Empire.
Yeah.
And I know we've ranted about this before, but it's just like...
We fucking earned the right to repeat ourselves at this point, right? Like...
I think you also said that on an episode recently where you were like, we deserve the right to do...
Like, we've put out 9, 18... We've put out 44 episodes, including this one. We have earned the right to start repeating ourselves. That said, the Holdo thing bothers me less and less every time I watch it. I've just become numb to it. I mean, maybe it's because I'm fond of the actor that plays Holdo. Maybe it's because I see more why they structured it like they did because of the bombers. But I'm just dead to it now, I think is what it is. It doesn't bother me anymore.
What fucking bothers me?
What?
And this isn't this movie specific. It's just Star Wars in general, but like also this movie. There's no ships with fucking dorsal cannons in Star Wars. Like all the capital ships just have cannons up top, and it's just like really hope no one like shoots from under us. That would be bad, and that's just it.
I mean, the Millennium Falcon has one.
I mean, like capital ships though.
Oh. Okay.
Like,
I guess.
Really?
I mean, I know why the Mon Calamari cruiser doesn't have one, and that's because there's a bunch of shit that they didn't want to show on screen because it looked like shit.
Oh, yeah, but...
I do appreciate that it's a Mon Calamari cruiser that we follow throughout this entirety of this movie. I will say, The Last Jedi has the best, like, world building as far as, like, technology of the sequel trilogy, because it's not just the same 3 fucking ships.
I like how they name it after... They named the Raddus after the one Mon Calamari guy in Rogue One who, like, sacrificed himself for the rebellion, and then that ship gets absolutely fucking decked.
I didn't realize that. That's great.
Yeah, the Rogue One commander, the the Mon Calamari. His name is
Yeah.
General Radis.
That's really fucking great, actually. I love that a lot. That if you're gonna do a reference to Rogue One, them immediately dying as soon as you introduce them is fan fucking tastic. I'm not mad about that. I'm impressed by that. That's very good. I didn't realize that was General Radis.
Yeah. It's like
That's
poetry.
great.
And I immediately make Jay regret the past 5 minutes of conversation. Could be worse. I could have brought up pod racing.
You're a real son of a bitch.
You're a real piece of work, you know that?
I-
You're a real fucking piece
I
of
love you
work.
guys. I love you guys.
The subtext
Jay,
of the
please
podcast,
don't come murder me.
I don't make that promise. The subtext, I won't murder you. The subtext of the podcast name could just be "You're a real son of a bitch." It really could be, because we say it so much. There could just be a super cut of not even the pod racing mentions, but just the "You're a real son of a
I
bitch."
would love a supercut. I'm not asking for this,
I'm
obviously.
not doing it.
A supercut of just Chris's immediate reactions to my pod race mentions. Because 9 times out of 10, all you hear is, "You know, Ben," and then it launches into something.
You're a real piece of work.
I kind of want to go back to a point we were on earlier. The fight scene. There's a worse fight scene in this movie, and I never realized it until this watch. So, on Canto Bight, when DJ gets himself out, our buddy DJ, BJ,
Our friends of the show,
CJ.
DJ.
No.
Yeah.
I refuse.
Did you just reject the friend of the show?
I
Have
did.
we ever had a rejected friend of the show before?
We do now.
I do not accept this. Anyway, as he's walking down the hallway, fucking BB-8 is there, and BB-8 has already knocked down a bunch of guards because this drunk asshole up in the casino put a bunch of millions of golden coins in him. So another guard walks up and he just fires the gold coins like a fucking machine gun at him. DJ does the most batshit thing I've ever seen in Star Wars. He takes a few steps forward as he's getting, propelled by these fucking gold coins. He takes the boots that he has around his neck. He does, an Ali shuffle, like a Muhammad Ali shuffle, and he smacks him upside the head with the fucking shaft of the goddamn boots. The weakest part of the fucking boot, and he smacks him, and somehow the guy goes down. It's the worst action scene in the history of Star Wars.
I like to think, and I know it's not, and you have to be a really specific type of lunatic to even put this connection together. I like to think that it's a subtle nod to the filmmaking style of Guy Ritchie, as a nod to Benicio del Toro's legendary performance in the film Snatch. Because that sequence of events very much looks like it could be in a Guy Ritchie movie.
Rian Johnson's a fucking nerd.
So, if that's the case, cool. Again, that's gotta just be a me thing. Nobody else would ever put those
I
things
didn't, and
together.
I've seen the movie.
They're just,
I don't know. I love that scene now. You're right.
it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Because it's so dumb. It's perfect for this fucking weird eldritch horror of a character who just, that cell was empty before they were put in there. They were put in there and he just grew out of the bed hello.
Don't do this. We have enough.
Fuck your day
We
up.
have enough eldritch entities in our SWEWF mythology.
I can't. There's going to be, if we ever get popular, there's going to be a wiki. Somebody's going to keep track of this shit, and I feel terrible.
Jay, don't, because you know that's going to be me. You know what I want to talk about?
Oh no. What do you want to talk about, Ben?
No goddamn bad feeling in this movie.
Yeah.
I've talked about this on Rogue One, but it needs to be said.
This was the rant I went on about Rian Johnson in our Rogue One episode, which is why I said I wanted to give Rian Johnson a pass this week,
No,
Ben, and now here we are.
There's no, I have a bad feeling about it.
All right, you get no break this week, Ryan. Sorry, buddy. Maybe next week.
That's it,
You
rant over.
motherfucker.
Can you imagine what it's like to be Rian Johnson, who is like super connected with the Star Wars community, and then he puts out this movie, and like that one company I refuse to name, like, is like, oh, he's listening. Well, we're gonna shit on him anyway, and he just is propelled out of the Star Wars fandom because he made a slightly controversial Star Wars movie. That's such a weird experience.
I mean, he was also like trolling some fans. I'm not saying they didn't deserve to be trolled, because a lot of them did, but like that was a two-way street.
Yeah, but I mean, say what you want about this movie, it is single-minded to a fucking fault, but there was obviously a lot of love put into it. You know what I mean? Like, that main plot, he felt really strongly about.
I don't feel any love towards anything Star Wars anymore.
Listen, we don't love Star Wars anymore. I'm just saying he loves that one thing.
Oh.
I love this podcast and my friends.
I
don't love Rian Johnson, you motherfucker. You're not getting a pass anymore this week, Ryan. Ben called you out. It's too late. We'll try again in 9 weeks. Sorry, Ryan. We'll run it back next time.
Run it back.
I've come to an epiphany.
Oh no.
Okay.
That's dangerous.
I'm intrigued.
I've realized that Halo Combat Evolves campaign is a Star Wars.
Oh no. I don't want to do this. Go ahead, Ben. Floor is yours.
So, in Halo Combat Evolved, on the mission 343 Guilty Spark, because I'm a fucking nerd, you get introduced to the space zombies, and the one Marine just goes, "I've got a bad feeling about this," and
that's your argument?
That is what started this.
I said that in relation to ordering from a vendor the other day. Am I in a Star Wars movie?
I mean, I was about to shoot down because every sci-fi ever has used that just as a gag, but J.J. Abrams' Star Trek also has that line in it, so that tracks.
It's just Ben in a pair of jeans and a flannel shirt, like, if you do this, you might be in a Star Wars movie.
I thought you were describing Ben as George Lucas for a second there.
Oh god.
I just
I know.
It was a Ben as Jeff Foxworthy.
My other source is actual official Halo promotional material.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
And for those who don't know, my good friend Mr. Chief.
We reference enough my brother, and me on this show.
No. I'm not referencing my brother, and me. I'm referencing official Halo promotional material.
Mr. Chief?
Mr. Chief. For those that don't know, way back in the day, specifically January 16th, 2004, Frank O'Connor...
He came prepared!
Frank O'Connor, one of the people who was working on Halo, was trying to send out an image with on one of the promotional materials, but they didn't have all the assets ready yet. So he sat down at his desk and drew Master Chief with eyes and like gritted teeth holding a lightsaber. So lightsabers are now a thing that exists in Halo.
No, that's just... See, you're creating a dangerous precedent. Because...
I like how Jay goes, you're creating a dangerous precedent, and then I sent the image and just silence.
Because this is so
Total
much
shock.
This is so much worse of art than I was expecting to.
He literally drew it in like 15 minutes.
This is hilarious.
He's quoted as saying, "I didn't draw a gun because guns are too hard to draw."
So this is your evidence.
This is my evidence.
I mean, listen, this all sounds like what goes into a Star Wars movie. So
You're creating a dangerous precedent because that means the Sith Lord child from fucking the Revenge of the Sith pitches is canon, and I refuse to accept that. Like, anything that's ever been drawn by somebody is all of a sudden Star Wars canon.
No, but this is official promotional material for Halo.
God damn it.
yes, but it's official promotional material for Halo, not Star Wars.
No, but I'm saying he's
Like
holding
if
a
it was
lightsaber.
official, I know. So if anything, it means that it's confirmed that lightsabers are canon in Halo.
Yeah, but lightsabers are only canonically existent in Star Wars.
Yo,
Therefore-
this sounds like a pretty cut and dry case of copyright law. We got 'em, boys. Bring 'em in. Round them up. Get the paddy wagon.
God damn it! Why are we like this? What has happened to us? Fuck.
Listen, after as many episodes as we have done of this,
44.
it's all
I
jelly.
like how Chris.
It's like we've been entirely overtaken by brain worms, and as soon as anything intelligent is said, we have to shut that shit down.
I'm glad you're acknowledging my my Halo Star Wars crossovers.
I'm not.
Shut
This
down.
Notice how I was silent through that entire bit, Ben?
Ben, we talked about this on the podcast, like, what was it, in the beginning of this rotation, because you were so happy about having all this free time, and you were going to go play Halo, and we were like, oh yeah, Ben has a Halo addiction, and we talked about it. It's gotten so much worse since
You
then.
turned Halo into Star Wars for yourself.
I did it the one night I was playing Halo, because I just like chill out in a voice chat when I'm playing Halo with
Nobody there.
nobody, but like Jay pops in and we chill
I
out.
feel bad for
You want to know what the interaction I have with my wife almost every night when I see you on Discord is? I go, oh, Ben's in Discord voice chat, and she goes, alone? And I go, yeah, and she goes, oh.
Well, this all evolved. Allow me to explain myself.
Explain yourself.
Explain yourself, Ben.
I apologize for my pronunciation.
Welcome to Star Wars Every Week Forever, where we talk like fucking Rugrats.
Ouch!
I love you.
Ouch! I deserve that, but it hurts.
I'm sorry, that was very pointed. I apologize.
That's all right. You don't got to apologize to me. Okay, that one was for Mr. Mishap. He knows what I'm talking about.
Okay, you were gonna talk about your Discord habit?
Yes. So, this is a Discord with Jay, Chris, me, Zins, and a couple of other mutual friends of all of ours. And I was chilling out there because everyone was just chilling out the one day, and I discovered one of Zins's works of art being a fan fiction that I adore. So I started reading bits aloud, and I got in trouble for it by everyone except for Zins, who was loving it.
You got left in that chat alone.
Yeah, but I kept reading. And 2 other times throughout that week, I just popped in and started reading to see if anyone else would pop in and then realize what was happening. And it just progressed from there, where I just like sit around in voice chats.
From like 9 o'clock till like 11 o'clock every night.
Now, Ben, you just told that story. How did that make you feel when you said it out loud?
I'm proud of myself.
It really is just like, I do the shit posting for the show. He's shit posting on another level that we don't understand.
Yeah.
The joke is I'm a shitpost.
It's like performance art at this point. It's like Ben being like, how much of my life can I dedicate
Make it do
to
a
just
bit.
being shit-posted carnate?
That brings up another point. We have turned so much of our life into just bits. Our lives have become bits. The amount of times that I've said off the podcast to someone, friend of the show so-and-so.
Yep.
Ben, are you alright? What happened? He just pushed his microphone away very far.
I'm good.
Now I don't blame you.
Keep talking or I'm going to say it.
Say it.
Hey, just a little bit. Since we've started video chat,
Call it.
Hello and welcome to Pod Racing every week forever. So I would like to take this episode to talk about the Boon to Eve Classic.
Get off the microphone.
Can't keep getting away with this.
He can't keep getting away with this. This has been Star Wars every week forever, bitch. Good
Can't
night.
keep doing it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, bitch. Chris, do you want to make a recommendation, or are we heading off?
I have no recommendations. All right, listen, if I... You know what recommendations I have? Don't consume any Star Wars content this week. If you can avoid it, don't look at commercials. If you're a collector, if you have like Black Series figures or like statues or something, if you have them displayed somewhere, put a sheet over them for a week. Just put all distance, put all if you got DVDs, if you got VHSs, you got laser discs, you toss that shit into a box and you put that in the basement for a week. Just put all the Star Wars away.
I would literally have to redecorate my room. Like I would have to go through and like just obliterate half the shit in my room.
Do you think that that's not gonna happen?
I leave my office after this recording. I go out in the living room where my wife has her Black Series Darth Vader figure on her bookcase, and I just like grab it and launch it out the fucking balcony. And I'm like, no more stuff.
Hey, if you enjoyed us, thought we were funny, like our content, or just really love our suffering and want to hear more of it, we're available all over the place and release episodes every Wednesday around 12 Eastern Standard Time. You can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Player FM, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and in a unique format over on YouTube that our fans seem to dig. You can join in on the conversation over on Twitter as well, at SWEWF. We're quite active and love to hear from our fans. Sincerely, though. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend with us on this car crash of a ride.